like side court, so here we go.
Oh my goodness, and that's how we started out.
Tyson sets the tone early. Rafa puts the ball back to Tyson.
Eric and Rafa's energy is so good. Tyson McGuffin caught a little off guard there as Rafa was hitting an out ball. Big drive from Dekel.
Yeah, and then the big man crashing, right? So you have that drive, that's one thing to deal with, but then him coming in behind it, really got to think about where you're going to put that next one.
I've seen the slower returns so that the player gets established up to the line after the return. The return's never like that hard. It is deep, but it's also loopy and slow for a reason. Aggressive Tyson McGuffin.
Yeah, Tyson swinging that one a little bit high out there on his forehand, so he takes a whack at it and is able to put that down. Rafa not able to counter it. Yeah, a ball above the height of the net to Dekel's forehand is not going to work. We're going to have to try to find a little bit better spot there.
It might work to a certain level, but when you're in here in grandstand court, the PPA, it is a no-go.
Great eye by Tyson. Tyson recognizing he has his paddle up at the line, recognizing that ball is higher than his paddle, wisely realizes as a gauge that's probably going to go out, gets out of the way, wins the point. Letting balls go is such an important skill as you progress in this game.
Yes, agreed.
A nice ball there by Rafa. Tyson can't quite catch up to it.
Super crafty from Rafa Hewett.
2-0-2.
Great pressure from Oncins and Hewett.
Yeah, nice job by Eric there. Rafa jumps the corner on the Ernie, and Eric wisely sees that and moves over for him to cover that space, knowing the ball's probably coming back on that side of the court. Yeah, just there again. We've talked about this all day. High drop, always going to get put away.
Dialing in the third shots. Drives or drops, whatever it is, got to dial it in. They have to be super accurate. And there's an accurate one from Eric Oncins.
Yeah, backed off on the left side of the court, pushed all the way out, hits that looping drop to give himself time to get back in, and creates an error for Dekel.
Great spots from Rafa Hewett.
Rafa hitting that nice little looping diving ball with a lot of top spin at Tyson. And then Tyson only having the option to hit up on that a little bit. Comes off his paddle. Rafa able to take advantage.
Able to get 2 on the board there and a tie game.
2-2-1.
And another drive from Dekel. I'm gonna start it. I'm gonna start the tally. There's 2. 2 drives.
Both of them on Rafa's inside hip as well, thinking about spots. And look, at this level, it's not just a drive, right? It's a drive in a specific spot. You have a very small window you need to hit into, so the margins that these players are looking for are extremely small.
Oh, too big of a swing there from Eric Oncins.
Yeah, he wanted to make a statement there, I think, on the counter there for Tyson.
Just too quick.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I'm just seeing a lot. There's no settling into these points.
No, there's not a lot of dinking, right? It's kind of full gas.
Get one more right here. Let's go.
5-2-2.
Out.
Yep.
Yeah. And Michelle, thinking about for our players at home, when you're in these games where there's a lot of fast hands, you really want to avoid the big swings. You don't create all that much more pace on the ball anyway than if you just keep it compact and in front.
The speed comes from hitting that ball out in front early and getting it to the spot quicker instead of taking this big wind up and meeting it a little late and giving the opponent time. So yes, definitely agree with you on that.
Exactly.
100%. That's not going to do it.
Rafa knows that's not the right spot and goes to the bag.
What's Rafa doing?
Not sure if he's looking for another paddle, if we've called a timeout. Whatever he was looking for, he did not find it.
Here we go.
5, 2, 1.
Maybe some sunglasses as the sun is setting right into his face. He's on the side where he's getting all the glare all of a sudden, and that's where we are too.
Yeah.
Right behind Rafa.
Yeah,
so
that's a great call.
5, 2, 2.
that cross court is not working for Rafa Hewett into Tyson McGuffin's backhand.
6, 2, 2.
But that ball being put down definitely will work for the side out. Trailing by 4, they need to catch up here.
2, 6, 1. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you work so hard to get the serve back. You really got to make those serves. It's a tough one. See if they can get it here. Second chance.
You.
Yeah, unfortunate there for Rafa. I love that. He hit the ball, he hit the drop. He saw that Dekel was backing up, recognizing that movement from Dekel, came hard on the crash, and then jumped the Ernie and unfortunately just caught the top of the tape. But a really good move from Rafa there. And as you're, one of the things for our players at home, really looking at your opponent, seeing where they are, makes a big difference in the shot that you should hit or your movement in between.
Ooh, and Dekel bar misses just wide, giving another opportunity for Hewett and Oncins to get some points. I like that look from Rafa.
Yeah, he hadn't had success with that going diagonal, so at Tyson, so he tried it on the outside to Dekel. It's a great look. Let's collect some data and see if that can work.
And there's a little combo that Rafa's been looking for every point.
Yeah, got a little bit off the tape, a little bit lucky there, but did make it work there.
3, 6, 2.
No, come on, come on.
Dekel using his length there again, reaches in, able to take that ball straight down in the middle. Rafa not able to counter it, but hey, got a point there. Started to, bite into the lead just a little bit. See if they can get a side out here, not give up any points.
6, 3, 1.
Great ball from Eric Oncins on it.
Yeah, very nice. So differently than the game yesterday with Greg Dow and Scarpa, who played a lot of the balls to Dekel, you can see that Rafa and Eric are really trying to move the ball to Tyson quite a bit more, keep it away from Dekel.
Interesting. Is it because the lefty-righty combo, they want to see the ball coming more from that side of the court, or do you think it's from the player?
3, 6, 1.
Ooh,
I think it's a bit of a combination, right? So one, I think that they probably feel like Dekel has a little bit more, that feels a little bit more dangerous. He's trying to keep it, you know, off him as much as possible, but it also creates a better pattern and angle for Rafa to reach into there with that left hand. And when he hits shots like that, I wouldn't want to hit the ball to him either.
Right. Dekel has so many weapons. You don't know where he's going to be hitting that ball to.
4-6-2.
Maybe that's the reason.
Definitely have to respect the length of the urnie. I mean, that ball is in the middle of the box.
Yes.
Dekel's still able to reach that, so just not a lot of window there.
Great play from Dekel, Tyson, McGuffin. Rafa, Hewett, and Eric Oncins were able to get a point there on that last side out. Eric getting big.
Yeah, great stuff by Rafa there, and then Eric comes over and closes the middle, and then plays both angles to get the point there, the rally, or to win the rally.
Rafa is like, I don't have time to react. That guy's so big. That's why women get off the line. They play off the line to give them just a little bit more time to react.
Yeah, or it may be also, Michelle, a commentary on the pace off the paddle, right, for Dekel. So definitely a lot of conversation about the speed of the paddles and how hot they are right now. And that paddle that Dekel has combined with his physical attributes, right? And reach definitely coming off with a lot of pace when you're standing across the net, only 14 feet away.
Doesn't feel fair. And, you know, there's been a lot of talks about, like, the Yola paddles, but not only the Yola, but there's been talk about a lot of different paddles that have been too hot. And Rafa, great shot right there. Instead of dinking, attacking the backhand. But Rafa, also an OG player, coming, you know, playing several years, has seen the different technology on the paddle. You know what I mean? So it's frustrating.
Oh, yeah, what an ATP there by Rafa. Such good patience to wait and find that ball on the outside. Yeah, it's you know, the sport's still trying to figure out which direction it wants to go, solve some of these things, but always amazing to see how good these players are, even with those paddles, speed of the paddles.
Down by 2.
6-8-2.
Can you hear the wiffle ball? I you know, lately I've been noticing you could, instead of hearing the ball hitting the paddle, you could actually hear the whistle of the ball because there's so much spin and speed. You hear a little whistle. Good leave by Oncins, and now a tie game here. And Dekel is going to go ahead and take a timeout as he approaches the bench with Tyson McGuffin. And that is so important after the timeout to gain a point after that. And here we are with a 1-point lead.
9-8-2.
Dekel is not going to let it down. He is not going to give up here. And Tyson McGuffin and Dekel, you know they're coming back with heat. That drive was outrageous.
So low, like inches over the net and dipping. Such a great ball.
9-9-1.
Good read from Rafa Hewett.
Dekel can't believe it. He felt like he was on that.
9-9-2.
Speeding up again to Tyson McGuffin. This time McGuffin wasn't ready for it.
He found that one. Caught him a little bit in transition, still coming forward. Might have been the difference between when Tyson's totally set and ready for that.
9-9. Off the net, and it's called wide.
Okay, me too. Ready for the drive.
Second serve. 9-9-2.
And that's not going to do it for the third or the fifth shot with another side out. Both teams only need 2 points to clinch game number 1. Let the PPA, we do replay the ball if it hits the net on the serve. Goes into the service box. And the ball is long. Dangerous try from Dekel Bar. They need one more to get this side out and save themselves from a game point against them. The attack from Rafa Hewett was so good, but it sailed just long. So here we are, game point number 1 for McGuffin and Bar.
Guys, let's do this.
Come on. Show me something, Tyson. Show me something. 10-9-2.
Oh, and game number 1 goes to Tyson.
PA Championships here later in December. Big tournament.
Oh, unlucky off of the net.
Twice
Yep.
for Eric. Eric survives the first one and then gets caught out on the second one as that comes back across him.
1-0-2.
There you go, though. Michelle, binary pickleball only gave up 1.
I love that.
Try to stay in it. 0s and 1s. It was a sneaky ball from Eric.
Yeah.
But Dekel on that and ready.
Laser focused. The quick hands and the exchange.
I think Tyson has seen enough times of Rafa speeding it up diagonal at him that he finally went for his own diagonal speed
I
up.
was totally thinking that, which is so funny.
back into Rafa, but ultimately Rafa prevails on that one as the ball sails long.
Ooh. Oh, the net gods are not in the favor of Hewett and Oncins for this game.
It's been a tough start for them.
Let's go, boys. Lock in. Let's do this.
Here we go.
1-1-2. 1-1-1. Hang on. 1-1-1.
Yeah, good choice, Tyson. So good.
2-1-1. Second serve.
Even though you missed the drive, you still got to go for it when it's been so successful.
That's it. Come on, man.
Big aggressive play from Hewett and Oncins. There's no dinking with them. They are just going to start it and try to crash and make a combo.
Yeah, full gas. Just
2-1.
Every point.
full speed ahead all the time. I love it. It's very exciting.
Watch it, Engel.
It reminds me of MLP play, how the points are really quick and there's no kind of like establishing a point or getting into it. It's just so quick and fast and furious.
Yeah.
Dekel takes a big swing at a ball that was potentially going
One
out.
stop. We're good. We're good. One stop.
Go right back, right here.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Tied up again, game number 2.
2-2-2.
Yeah, we knew that was coming with a dead dink,
Go.
taking advantage of a high ball.
Yeah, Michelle, and what do you mean by dead dink for the
2-1.
folks watching?
Yeah, it's a ball that does not stay low and it bounces up high, and it's a ball that you could attack. You could dink it back, but definitely something that you should attack because it bounces as high as net level, and so it's easy to just hit straight into somebody. Oh, big swing again from Eric Oncins. He's on it. Let's just say that he's quick, he's on it. He's just being overly big right now with his big backswing.
You.
There's an attack, this time unsuccessful.
Send a message, Tyson. I like it.
If you guys are following along at home, we see certain patterns here, and hopefully we're doing a good job at explaining those patterns, and it's fun watching. It's like a little chess game.
Dekel's won quite a few of those patterns with the drive, but
Right.
that time, Rafa had said, no more.
Right, Rafa was on it,
Yeah.
and you know you're gonna keep doing a play until it becomes unsuccessful, right?
2-4-1.
Yeah, make him prove it.
Got. You. Got. Got.
Oh, Dekel bar. He sees Eric Oncins covering that middle and goes right behind him.
Yeah, Eric did a great job to read the earlier one and get outside and get well outside the court to get the reset, but then Dekel uses that movement against him and just slides him out. Great patience.
Oh, the hand battle.
The I formation of Rafa at the net just going 1v2 up there, but it turns into mano-a-mano with Tyson. Tyson comes out on top of that battle.
4-2-1.
Miss return.
It's back.
Come on, Rafa. Right now. Peace. Peace. 5-2-1. You.
Oh, Rafa couldn't quite get out of the way of Dekel bar's shot right there.
Point.
He jumps that kitchen line like it's no one else's business.
But he Ernie's the Ernie and then body bags him while he's still outside the court. That was that's a fun one. That's a great one to see.
6-2-1.
Ahead by 4.
You.
Just wide.
Back-to-back Ernies.
The athleticism and how quick the hands are,
Yeah.
my goodness.
That's what makes pickleball great. Like, this is great, but dinking is amazing too because the skill to keep it out of unattackable. But this is hot and fast. It's great.
You. No. Across the plane.
Oh, Dekel crossed the plane, so it doesn't matter if Rafa's shot was in or out. Dekel bar crossed the plane as he hit that Ernie. His follow-through came
And
to Rafa, Hewett, and Eric Oncins' side.
And if you had 3 Ernies in a row on your bingo card coming in tonight, then good for you because you just won the big prize. That's 3
Every
times in a row that
yep.
Dekel's tried to Ernie. Won 2 of them.
If you're playing the drinking game, every time Dekel crossed... No, just kidding.
You. You.
A little patience here. Cross-court attack unsuccessful. successful for Hewett.
I mean, I think maybe they heard us say that they weren't going to do any dinking and said, well, we can dink too. We don't have to play everything fast. And then had a grindy dink fest point. That get in the middle by Dekel when he got low to hit that cut reset was unbelievable to keep them in that point. Just such a high quality point there.
Coming in big, Dekel Bar, the man, the myth, the legend.
Come on. 9-2-2.
Yeah, big serve from Dekel. You can see when he steps into it and comes into the court, you can definitely tell when he's gone for it. There's a lot of pace on that one.
And a match point here. Oh, and the ball goes wide for the match. Dekel Bar, Tyson McGuffin moving on to the quarterfinals of the men's pro bracket. So that will be played tomorrow along with the rest of all the wonderful quarterfinal matches.